B tiers, week 7 rankings. Sleazeball here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a tier list from Ballerz Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. I will start the number 1 quarterback, I think, on the week. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you scroll down below, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Helps me out a ton. I'm trying to bring you the best fantasy football to help you win your matchups weekly. And let's dive into it here. So now, below my camera on the bottom there, you're going to see the white box bye weeks. There's 6 bye weeks this week. So you have Joe Burrow out. You have CJ Stroud. You have Bryce Young, Dak Prescott, Zach Wilson. Ryan Tannehill also got hurt, but he's also on a bye. May help him. I don't think he should be the starting quarterback anyways. So make sure they are out of your lineups. There's also a couple injuries here. The weeks are getting, man, weeks 5 and 6 are just injury galore. So Anthony Richardson right here out for the season. Make sure he elected to have season-ending surgery. Make sure you have him gone. IR, or, if you're dynasty, you're keeping him, obviously. Redraft, if you don't have IR, he's definitely droppable. If he's not a keeper or nothing. Jimmy G's back. We don't know about yet. MRI reports are supposed to be coming today. Deshaun Watson's shoulder. We don't know about that yet either. And Justin Fields with a dislocated thumb. It does say that he's doubtful. So we don't know if he's going to play or not, but I assume once it's doubtful this early in the week, you got to think that he's going to sit out. It is on his throwing hand, so it definitely, probably going to sit this 1 week out, I think. Now, diving into the week here. My number 1 QB of the week is going to be the number 1 QB of last week, and that was Jalen Hurts. The signing of Julio Jones, I'm not as excited about as other people. I mean, he's 34 years old. It is Julio. It's a big name. But this is the game to watch. The Dolphins, the Eagles, Sunday night. I cannot wait to see this game. I honestly believe this is the first time that both of these teams have even played like a playoff contender team, and this is going to be wild to see. So I'm going to do both of them at the same time here. I am also going to throw Tua, who was also the number 2 QB last week, as my number 2 QB this week. So Jalen Hurts at 22.9, Tua with 22.5. I mean, both these offenses, obviously, I'd say the Eagles offense isn't the same as the Dolphins. I mean, the Dolphins offense flies, but this is like the first time that Tua is going to see like a real defense in his face too. So, and their secondary is getting healthy, which is perfect timing for this matchup. I mean, this is going to be all systems go, every player, everybody. You want everybody in this game. You want A.J. Brown, you want Devonta, you want Goddard, you want Waddle, you want Hill, you want Mostert, you want Wilson. You want everybody. It's going to be the best game of the week to watch. I cannot wait for this game. They are going to be my number 1 and my number 2 QBs. And also, guys, I dropped my Twitter rankings before too as well. If you want to check out my Twitter, it is SleazeballFF. I do crazy stats on there, way more than I do on these videos. I make these videos kind of quicker than the tweets and stuff like that, so you get more information if you want to check that out as well. I forgot to say that earlier. Number 3 coming on my list this week is going to be Patty Cake Mahomes. So Travis Kelce and him got a little click going last week. I mean, I wouldn't say it was still like the Patrick Mahomes that I want to see fully. I did like seeing Rashee Rice is coming in as the number 1 receiver. You have Kadarius Toney finding a touchdown for the first time. Pacheco getting more work. But they get the Chargers here, guys. The Chargers is the number 1 worst defense of the hiccups at the worst time. Worst defense versus the pass. This is going to be a shred Mahomes 25-plus 30-point game. 300-plus passing yards. You know it's going to be fireworks all over the place. The second best game of the week to watch. That is why I'm doubling both these QBs, just like I doubled the first 2 of my Ballerz tier. So both these matchups are my matchups of the week. So Eagles, Dolphins, Chiefs, Chargers. I mean, division rivalry. This is going to be full send. You want everyone in this game too, just like the other game. You want Kelce, you want Pacheco, you want Rashee Rice, you want, I don't know if you want Quentin Johnson, but you want Palmer, you want Keenan Allen who's going out of his mind, you want Eckler. I mean, this is going to be another firework game. You can fire all these guys up right here in this first row for 20-plus points. Easy to me right now so far this week. Number 5, I almost switched him out. I know he's dealing with an injury. He took a bad hit in the game. I mean, there's the flags of this season are driving me crazy. I can't even break them down to understand them. But Josh Allen had a really rough outing versus the Giants on Monday Night Football, and the Giants should have been a rollover game. Now, he is injured heading into this game, and he's going at Foxborough, which is always tough, even though the Patriots are still, I mean, they're probably the worst team in football right now, honestly, without, like, trying to troll them. Their offense stinks. The Bills see the ball a ton. This should be a smash Josh Allen play, but I am really nervous about him with the injury heading into this week. I know he'll play through it, but it is tough at Foxborough, but I'm still going to put him as a 20-plus baller this week. At number 6, Lamar Get Silly Jackson. They have absolutely no run game in Baltimore. I mean, you can watch Justice Hill, you can watch Gus Edwards. These guys, I mean, it's 4 or 5 points a game unless they fall into the end zone. Should be all passing. They get Detroit this week. This is my third best game to watch of the week. Ravens versus Detroit. Ravens at home. Should be a smash. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews game. You might even see OBJ get some action on this one. You see Lamar run a lot in this one. This will be a higher scoring game. Won't be a grunge fest like they've been in. I feel like it'll be more explosive play, and you'll see Todd Monken open it up. And the Ravens, I really want to see this passing attack open up more, but just because his running ability, I keep him at number 6 right now. Number 7 was tough for me. He's been tough for me all year. Trevor Lawrence, he has a super tough matchup coming off a short week. He did take an injury late in the game. They said that he practiced today in limited fashion, which is, good for the Thursday night game 100%. Calvin Ridley will draw Marcus Lattimore, which will make it tough for him. But getting Zay Jones back, if you're not targeting Zay Jones on your wire, there's just something between Zay Jones and Trevor Lawrence. They have a great connection. They get him back this Thursday. Supposedly it's unofficial yet. It will be a massive upgrade to help out along with their receiving core. I like it a ton. I think ETN's going to struggle a lot versus the Saints run D. Should be more pass heavy. I have Trevor Lawrence at QB7 this week. Number 8, he had a struggle game, man. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, went into Cleveland and laid an egg. He did get the game-winning drive, though. So, Cleveland's defense played out of their mind. I'm a full diehard Niner fan, and I couldn't believe it. their their D-line was blowing through our O-line. We had Kittle chip blocking all day, which is why I said bench Kittle last week, and no one freaking listened to me. If you didn't, this is why you like and subscribe for that information. But Purdy this week gets Minnesota. It looks like CMC and Debo may both be playing. The update today was that there's not long-term injuries, not serious. With all the weapons he has, Minnesota, this should be a shred play. It was a tough, whenever West Coast teams travel to the East Coast early in the morning like that, they always struggle anyways. So I like Brock Purdy at number 8 this week. At number 9, there goes my dog. Lily, be quiet. Hey, Lily. Shh. Number 9 is going to be Geno Smith. Whenever my dog starts barking. Geno Smith now gets... Hey! God. Geno Smith now gets at home. First, Arizona. All right. At Arizona. Sorry about my dog going nuts. There it goes. At home versus Arizona. This defense is shreddable 100%. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua both went off. Or Puka didn't really go off. He dropped a touchdown in the end zone. But teams have been shredding this defense. I'm waiting for Jackson Smith and Jigba to wake up finally and do something where, he's worth the draft capital or keeper capital or dynasty capital you gave him. And DK Metcalf has not been good either. Tyler Lockett has not been that great, but they've been pounding the run. And I think this is the game where they're going to open up the pass a little more. Hopefully, I have Geno Smith at 9. Number 10, sticking with that game. Baltimore, Detroit. Jared Goff. Dude, my dog. Jared Goff. All this guy does is just produce nonstop every week, all the time. He's a great floor play quarterback, 24/7. In some leagues, in 12-man leagues for me, he wasn't even drafted, which was crazy to me. Like, I saw him at the end of our wire, or at the end of our draft in a 12-man in-person draft was on the wire still. He is literally 25 points, 27 points, 20 points, 23 points, 14 points, 11 points. It's just consistent. And now you're going to have all three of them. Jameson Williams getting healthy, caught a bomb last week. Laporta, I know they'll have David Montgomery out. Jahmyr Gibbs will step in. He'll be solid. I like the Lions. It is a tough matchup versus the run. They should pass more versus Baltimore. The secondary is weak. I like Jared Goff at number 10 this week. At number 11, something I just talked about in my waiver wire video, Matt Stafford. If you saw the throw that he made back body across to Puka Nacua in the end zone where Nacua dropped it, this Matt Stafford is still Matt Stafford. He is making, that was like an Aaron Rodgers-esque throw. Now he's got Cooper Kupp healthy. I know they're missing Kyron Williams. Should be more pass heavy with him out. Even if they lean on Zach Evans a little bit, I don't see it being that much. I like Matt Stafford at number 11 this week. They're going to get Pittsburgh at home, but Pittsburgh's defense is decent, though. So that is why I have Matt Stafford below the top 10. But I think he's still, becoming a 12-man, one quarterback league startable quarterback. I mean, he will start to average 300 yards a game here soon. I'm positive with it. Cooper Kupp's getting his stride back. It's going to start clicking heavy here, and their schedule is phenomenally easy. At number 12, riding on a limb here on this one, Jordan Love. So if you watched last game, for some reason, I still cannot figure this out for the life of me, why Jordan Love in the first half is one of the worst QBs in the NFL. But in the second half, he'll wake up and then he'll come back to life. Like he had 0 points week 4 against Denver, and then he had 20 points in the third quarter, and then 20 in the game. But he's been a floor great quarterback all the way through. 24 points, 20, 24 points, 18, and then 5 last week versus Vegas. But Christian Watson was back for the first game, and if you didn't see how many times that Jordan Love aired it out to Christian Watson, that looks so promising. It's ridiculous. They get Denver and Minnesota in these next 2 games. Denver's number 3 worst versus the pass. Dude, this should be a smash Jordan Love 20-point game. Just depends on if he shows up for the first half. But I really like the season-long projection. His schedule is very nice. He's someone I'm targeting 100%. He only has like one bad matchup the rest of the way. That's like if you have your ESPN or Yahoo and you see your red, green, white colors, go look at Jordan Love's schedule and trip out for a second. Number 13 this week, Sam the Man Howell. 3 touchdown game last week. Gets the Giants now, but I mean, saying that, Josh Allen just got the Giants and did nothing, which is concerning. I don't think it's, that concerning. Sam Howell still is 11 touchdowns on the year. He's still averaging like 260 passing yards. He has great weapons. Curtis Samuel is waking up. I mean, he has back-to-back games with touchdowns. Logan Thomas did nothing last week. Terry McLaurin had a little game. Dotson still being Dotson. But, man, the weapons are there, and he is starting to click. I love the matchups he has coming up as well. He gets Philly next week. Their secondary is getting healthier, like I said, but I still like them playing from behind in the volume that they'll see in the pass game. They won't be able to pound the run. They might be this week against New York, but they won't be able to pound the run the whole time like they did versus Atlanta. I mean, they'll have to open up the pass game here more. At number 14, if he's back, I'm sticking with the same game. Daniel Jones. Now, the quarterbacks the rest of this way on this list the matchups are brutal, and I don't like them that much, but Daniel Jones' running ability for me at fantasy brings him above them. I definitely don't like Daniel Jones' passing game, but you're playing the Commanders. The Commanders are very bad at stopping a running QB. I think they're the 4th most yards allowed by a quarterback this year, so it's the opportunities are going to be there because you have Sweat and you have Chase who pop out the edges instantly, right? They want to the QB contain the outside, and then Daniel Jones will just slide in and run up for 12, 15 yards. I see that happening a lot in this game. I like Daniel Jones at number 14 this week. Number 15, if he plays, I would move him higher. I do not know yet. PJ Walker just got the dub versus the 49ers. But if Deshaun Watson plays in this game versus Indy, I mean, this is a smash matchup. Indy's secondary is not that good this year, guys. So if Deshaun Watson, I'm trying to pull up the update right now, could play as soon as week 7, deep rotator cuff that has made it difficult for him to drive the football, could miss multiple games. They'll be on week 6, so it's still kind of sketchy on the update. But Indy is bottom 10 versus the pass. Their secondary, they just had another injury in the secondary as well. And this could be an absolute smash Amari Cooper, smash Elijah Moore game right here. And Njoku's got to have a game here at some point. So if Deshaun Watson is healthy, I would move him up to like 13 above these guys. But for now, I'm leaving him at 15 just because I don't know the full status yet. At number 16, I can't figure out what's going on with Carr. I think he's still got to be hurt from the injury week 4. It's super tough. He has a ton of weapons, and he throws for a ton of yards. Like, look at last week, 353, 18 points. And they got crushed. But Houston, I mean, they didn't really get crushed. They scored at the end to make it, closer score, but they got crushed the whole way through. Olave hasn't been wide receiver one talent like he was drafted as. Michael Thomas has been decent flex play weekly. Rashid Shaheed just had his big game. They need to get him more involved. He looks way better than Michael Thomas. They get Jacksonville on a short week. Jacksonville's, pass defense has been terrible. So this could be a good play for Carr here. It's just too hard to trust him right now for me. He only has 5 touchdowns on the year. That's not good. So right now at the moment, he's 5 touchdowns, 3 picks, but he is averaging. He's had 2 300-yard games and then 300-yard games. So he's such a roller coaster ride. But look, his upcoming schedule though, it goes Jacksonville, bottom 10 versus the pass. Indy, bottom 10 versus the pass. Chicago, bottom 10 versus the pass. Minnesota, bottom 10 versus the pass. He has a great schedule coming up. It's just super tough for me to trust him right now, so I'm going to leave him at 16. Number 17. I think I lost the picture, guys. I got to find it. God, everything's going wrong. The dog starts barking, and I lose everything. Maybe I don't even have it. Well, we'll blank it out for now. I'll try and find it while I'm talking about it. At number 17, it is going to be Josh Dobbs. So the Arizona Cardinals and Josh Dobbs had a rough week last week versus the Rams. They get Seattle now. And like I just said with the bottom defenses that the Saints are playing in the pass game, Seattle's defense is very bad versus the pass. This could be a smash Marquise Brown game. Could be a Michael Wilson starting to show up too. So I do like that. I was a couple weeks off on his breakout. I called it like too early for him. I really like his college talent a lot coming out. But that's something I'll get to in my wide receiver video as I'm trying to find this Josh Dobbs picture right now in the moment. I think I have it. No. So, all right, let me grab this real quick. I can't believe I did this in the video. I don't have it. Oh my gosh. And okay, he's going to be, let's go like this. Huh, they're all web files. Cute. Let's grab this one. Okay, here we go. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Let's go. Josh Dobbs. Okay. There we go. Okay. Got it in there. 17. Josh Dobbs gets Seattle this week. Seattle at the moment is second worst at giving up passing yards. Josh Dobbs hasn't been bad. He hasn't been great, though. He had to start off where it was, 20 plus games in a row and then kind of fluttered out. And now he's throwing like trash can videos and stuff. This guy did come to the Cardinals 2 days before the season started and just get signed and start playing. So it has been better than I thought. He still hasn't cracked a 300-yard game. He gets Seattle, Baltimore, Cleveland coming up. It's going to be really rough. But with the other schedules of the quarterback, and Dobbs is kind of getting rushing yards. He had 47 rushing yards, 48, 55, 41. That's solid for a QB. So I think he beats his projection this week. I really do. And I like Josh Dobbs at number 17 this week. Sorry about the picture, man. I can't believe I left that there like that. Head into number 18. I was going to put him higher. He gets all the weapons are back for Kenny Pickett. Coming off a huge win against the Baltimore Ravens in a slugfest week 5 because they had a bye week 6. Now they're going to have Pat Freiermuth. They're going to have Deontay Johnson. There is some Najee Harris trade speculation right now. That'd be great. He looks terrible anyways, but Kenny Pickett will now have his chance against the Rams to finally have all his weapons for the first time on the season. I really like. Hopefully he has. His projection is crazy. It's 11 right now. I know that the apps haven't updated their stuff yet in ESPN. Usually by Wednesday, but still to be 11 coming off a bye with everyone healthy is very, very low. I expect Kenny Pickett to at least be a 14, 15 point play this week, and I have him at number 18. Number 19, Baker Brown Mayfield had a very rough go versus last week. I forget who did they play. Why am I blanking? See, my mind is all scrambled now just because of the dog and everything else. I'm almost positive that they played the Lions. Okay, yeah. 20-6 versus the Lions last week. Not great on the Baker Mayfield front. 206 passing yards through a pick, no touchdowns, and the running game was stuffed. So you had Rashad White get 20 yards, and then they brought in Vaughn, who had like 6 carries for a yard a pop, which is terrible. Baker Mayfield had a couple rushes, but their defense is not bad. So if they can stay, keep them in this game a little bit, I think honestly I'm going to pick them to beat the Falcons this week on like my pick'ems. Baker he's that quarterback that has those sporadic runs and then that sporadic downfall. I don't want to like predict that the downfall is coming here, but he's so hard to trust, but I'm going to put him at 19 for now. At number 20, I almost put this guy lower. Kirk Cousins, 8 points last week. I said bench him. I said don't play him. Now you get the Niners Monday night, and it's going to be rough for Kirk Cousins. And you know how he is on primetime. I know this Thursday, for the first time in his career, he had a good primetime game. Now you're going to get primetime Kirk on Monday night. He's going to be 100% bench him for me. I just like his name over the matchups that are left on the board that are coming. So I'm going to leave Kirk at 20. At number 21, he threw for 300 yards, but 3 picks. Gardner Minshew has such a tough matchup this week, but I like him the rest of the way with Anthony Richardson being out. I know that he threw for 300-plus yards again, but he did throw the 3 picks. They do pass the ball a ton in Indianapolis. Like, their passing rate is through the roof. Their routes ran. All their receivers is all top 10 in routes ran. It's all crazy statistics. If he stops turning the ball over and finds the end zone, he'll be a 15 to 17 to 20-point play weekly with how much they pass. I actually think he's better for the receivers than Anthony Richardson as a rookie. I know Anthony Richardson's electric playmaking ability and big size and all that was better, but I don't think he's at the passing level or NFL experience of Gardner Minshew, so I do like it as an upgrade. And I kind of like him the rest of the way. At number 22, man, he took a beating on Twitter. Desmond Ridder. Terrible play to the end of the game last week. It's all you can say. I don't want to go into any more harsh things for Desmond Ridder. I think he's taken enough from last week. But they found a little connection with Kyle Pitts that's interesting. So this is back-to-back 10-plus games for Kyle Pitts. Drake London needs to be on a different team because he's an absolute superstar. He's just stuck in the wrong system. I think they should pull the trigger to Heineke here soon. I mean, it's so hard to watch Desmond Ridder play quarterback, but I'm going to put him even above Russell Wilson this week. I mean, that's how much I don't like Russell Wilson. I'm putting him at 23. Watching the just Sean Payton, Russell Wilson era is incredibly rough. I mean, you played the Chiefs on a short week, and he had under 100 yards passing. Okay. Under 100 yards passing versus Chiefs. I know the Chiefs secondary is better than last year, or statistically, they really haven't played that many good teams. So I guess saying they're better than last year is still skeptical for me. But I mean, it's really rough for Russell. He only had 22 passes for 13 completions out of 22 for 95 yards. He did catch the late touchdown. He had 2 picks, but he does have a lot of touchdowns in the season. So, I mean, he still has 13 touchdowns on the year to only 4 picks. That's a good number, but their offense, it's garbage time points, man. It's garbage touchdowns. They're not in any of these games. They have they have Buffalo after this. Green Bay, KC, Buffalo. It's going to be rough for Russell Wilson. I don't know how long he's going to even be quarterback at this point. So his contract's going to keep him there. But so Bears side, I'm going to put Mac Jones here at 24. I don't really like Mac Jones at all. I don't have a picture of Aiden O'Connell or the Bears backup, Stidham or whoever it is. I don't even know who it is. Jimmy G, I'm going to throw here at 25 just for now because we don't know if he's playing or not. If he's playing, I like him a lot versus the Bears. So I would put him above Kirk Cousins if he was playing. I don't know yet, so I'm going to leave him at 25. He gets Chicago if he does. Chicago's the first green versus the defense, so it's a great play. But Justin Fields also with the finger injury, we don't know yet. I'll throw him 25 right here as well, just in case he plays. I don't think he's going to, but I'll throw him right there. But if he plays, he's obviously way higher than that. But so remember the bye weeks, guys. Remember the injuries. Sorry about the dog. If you guys are new to my channel as well, make sure you like and subscribe down below. Trying to help you win your leagues weekly. Sleazeball out. That's it for my QB video. I will do running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defense, the rest of that by the end of today. I promise I'll get them all out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.